I've attempted to make this video so many times, and basically what I wanted to talk about was the fact that Kristaps Porzingis and the Boston Celtics are too good. I mean, first off, Jason Tatum said Joe Mazzulla changed the culture a lot of ways by doing a little bit, and you gotta love when you hear phrases like that because it means that they're doing something good. And I've said it before, the Boston Celtics were able to turn three borderline all-stars into two borderline all-NBA players. Okay, they turned Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, and Robert Williams into an all-defensive player in Jrue Holiday, and a guy who's a borderline all-NBA player in Kristaps Porzingis. So for me, I think in my book, that's a win. And I get excited to think about the fact that this is a team that with every day, there's a chance that they could get better. I mean, I've already said it before. The fact that they have like three lineups that they can run. They can run the starting lineup, which we know is going to be not Robert Williams, but Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Jrue Holiday. The next lineup is Derek White. Derek White's the sixth man, but Derek White, Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis. And then if they want to go big, they can go like Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, Sam Hauser, Jaylen Brown, and then Jason Tatum at point guard. And that's an incredibly big lineup right there. So Joe Mazzulla, who's an offensive maestro, is going to have so many options to work with and to use with this team. And I've said it before, is like the size. First off, Kristaps Porzingis is coming off like the best passing season of his career. So not only that, but he's a guy that's improving as a player and as a passer, as we saw with Sunselt, who came from Denver, bring over some plays that they definitely used on Nikola Jokic and implemented them with Mr. Kristaps Porzingis. And I think that's kind of been one of the more exciting things that we've seen is like his passing ability out the elbow. And I've said it before, the way that Kristaps matches up against most of these guys is Kristaps is either the, second or third biggest player in the NBA. The only person bigger than Kristaps Porzingis is Boban Marjanovic and maybe Victor Wembanyama. Besides that, you look at the league, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez, Mitchell Robinson, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Nick Claxton. Who else? Thinking in the East, Nikola Vucevic, Clint Capella, Paulo Banchero, Miles Turner. Then you go to the West, Anthony Davis, Josip Nurkic, DeAndre Ayton, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns. Like, my man matches up with all those dudes. And I just think it's pretty crazy to think that, like, okay, like, there we go. How do we match up to that? Because it doesn't seem like there's a straight answer or to how to do it, but now they have that straight answer in terms of look how big Mr. Kristaps Porzingis is. And the only thing with him is him staying healthy. But he's got a guy who's coming off his career year, played the most games since his first 2 years in the NBA. And he's one of the more underrated players at this point. And if you guys don't know, like the way I look at, first off, hit that like the subscribe button if you guys want to support the channel. I just think people are talking about the best team in the league are the Bucks and the Suns. Dude, the Celtics lost 3 players and brought back 2 better players. They gave up 3 players this offseason, have the same exact roster. They actually got more players. They basically have the same roster, except they brought better players. Like, this guy was the original unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis. The 7'3" giant is moving like he hasn't moved before since his first year in the NBA. He's spreading the floor. That jumper is a beautiful thing. And he's reliably showing you hit those 3-point shots. He's a pick and pop or a pick and roll guy. We already saw it with Jrue Holiday, him picking and popping. Okay. And he's got some moves in the paint. He got good instincts protecting the rim. And yes, he has struggled in the past against physically imposing, players, but like he's shown that he's, a good post-up player. And yeah, I think he's a guy who, yes, he's only a one-time all-star, but like this guy's a borderline all-NBA player at his peak. So what do you guys think? And I want to hear your opinions down below in the comment section. Whose side are you guys on and why? But I'm curious because the way that this is all just played out is, it's definitely interesting to see it from a bystander's point of view. And Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, we saw Kristaps play with Bradley Beal and Kyle Kuzma. He knows how to delegate. He knows how to play with other players. So I'm not even worried about that. Honestly, I'm curious more than anything is how this is going to all play out. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys expect? And yeah, let's continue. Here's a little anecdote that I was thinking about. So the day that Kristaps Porzingis was drafted, I went online to DHgate or AliExpress and bought myself a Kristaps Porzingis jersey with the New York Knicks orange, blue, and white, like striped, dashed, like throwback 1950s style jersey. And I was like the first person ever to have a Kristaps Porzingis jersey. Used to rock that thing, like knew he was going to be good before anyone said he was going to be good, because I got it because everyone booed him. And about 2 years passed, and my mom and I and my sisters go on a trip to Argentina. And while we're in Argentina, we go visit one of my mom's family friends. Just me and my mom. My sisters stay at the crib. And we go meet this family friend, and his son is really into basketball like me. Like Kobe Bryant's his favorite player. And I'm wearing this Kristaps Porzingis jersey. And the kid comments, "Oh, that's a really cool jersey. Kristaps Porzingis is awesome." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a big Kristaps Porzingis." And my mom turns right in front of them, goes, "Hey, you should give him the jersey." In Spanish, okay? So like they fully understood. So what am I going to do? The first world kid from, the kid from a first world country saying no and being a spoiled brat and not giving his jersey to a kid from a third world country? Okay. No, I'm going to be nice. And I did what my mom said, but I hold a grudge. Begrudgingly, I'm still addicted to my mom about it. But the whole thing is that I actually also own a Kristaps Porzingis Dallas Mavericks jersey. I'm a Wizards fan, and I don't have his on Wizards. And the reason why I did that was I actually was going to buy one this summer, but I was scared that he wasn't going to be on the team next year. Like, I thought he was going to be, but at the same time, I knew there was going to be a chance that he wasn't going to be. So I was just like, ooh, like, maybe let's not spend money on that. I do want the Boston Celtics one. A Celtics jersey seems dope. But what do you guys think of Kristaps Porzingis on the Celtics? And do you think he's as much of an X factor as I'm making him out to be? Or do you guys, like, it's not even him being an X factor. It's just this team. Okay, Kristaps Porzingis being on there is too good. Like, you turned Robert Williams into Kristaps Porzingis. I don't think people realize that. It's absurd what they were able to achieve. So that's where I definitely want to hear your opinions on how, why, and let me know, because it's definitely interesting to see how this will all play out, as I'm a big, big fan of, what this team's going to be able to do. Also, I think the guy who's an a-hole from the other day is walking by us.